Good morning, year 10s. Welcome to the last session of week 3. I guess it's for you. Now, today it's a different topic. So we are going to learn about the Australia's economic scorecard, okay, and the living standards, okay. So in the session today, we are going to cover about the Australia's economic performance. If you compare Australia's economic performance to another country, what do you see? What is OECD? Okay. What do you understand by living standards? Examples of material and non-material living standards as well. Okay. And comparing Australia to other countries. Now, the first question that if I was in class, I would have asked you, how could you measure whether one place was better to live in than another? Okay, so you can talk about two suburbs, you can talk about two countries. Try and think in your mind what makes it better, from what makes one place better than the other. Okay, now we are going to cover the key vocabulary here: economic scorecard, OECD, and Reserve Bank. Okay, Reserve Bank is a very important bank. It is the bankers bank. We'll talk more about that later on today. And composition of the Australian economy. So what is our economy composed of? So there are many things that we have to consider when we look at the living standards or economic scoreboard or scorecard. The first thing we talk about is the output share by state. So how much is every state having its share within the economy? Okay, how much are we exporting? Okay, what is our employment rate? What is our household debt? How much people are owing to the banks or other people? Okay, household wealth. What is the standard of living of each and every individual in a country? Okay, residential dwellings. How much is the construction business booming in our country? Okay, so let's cover a little bit of this. Now, this is Australia's economic scoreboard. This is the page 488 to 489 of your book. Okay, so the performance of an economy is sometimes measured by how well it compares to other economies around the world. So, for example, you compare Australia's economy to, say, Canada or United Kingdom. Okay, so when we need to compare, we have to compare it with something that is comparable. Okay, so if there's nothing to compare, we can never tell if our economy is doing good or bad. Okay, we are doing whatever we want, but if there's nothing to compare, then how are we going to assess or measure how our economy is going on? Okay, so that is why we have to compare it with other economies around the world. So you can, for example, Australia to India, or Canada again, USA. So these are some of the countries that you can compare your economy with. Okay. Now in 2015, Australia ranked 12th in the world in terms of GDP, again gross domestic product. Okay, but is still a relatively small economy. Okay, so Australia is a very small economy because there's not a lot of production in Australia. Okay, we do export many items, but we don't produce a lot of items in Australia, so that's why our economy is small, but it's doing really good. Okay, and is responsible for around 2% of the world's production. So out of the whole 100% production, we only produce 2% of that. Okay, which is fairly low, but still, as far as economy is concerned, our economy is doing good at the moment. Okay, let's keep going. Performance indicators. We compare the performance of an economy by considering low unemployment, inflation rates, higher economic output, GDP. Okay, so we've covered what unemployment is, what inflation rates are. They play a great role in determining how our economy is going. Now, in the current scenario, especially in Victoria, the unemployment is rising because the businesses are being shut down. People can't move around. Construction business needs to go down to 25% of people. So there is going to be unemployment. Inflation rate, again, the rise in prices of the product over a period of time. Okay, so if the inflation is growing at a higher rate, then that tells us that our economy is not doing that great. However, we've also covered that growth of inflation rate from 1 to 2% is actually good for the economy, but any higher than that is devastating. Okay, higher economic output, GDP, so more production of goods and services. Okay, now again, this is something, if you're interested what each of the word mean. Gross domestic product, so gross is total figure before depreciation. So gross is actually the total amount of the items. So for example, all the items produced. Domestic is within our country, and product is goods and services. Okay, so gross is before actually taking out any expenses or depreciation. Okay, so gross is the total amount. When you deduct the expenses and depreciation from then it becomes the net amount. So okay, now a little bit about unemployment rate. So we've covered this before, but this is a little bit more information based on the OECD data. So OECD is Organization for Economic, so this is here, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It is an international organization that works to build better policies for better lives. Okay, so it compares the economies of different countries, the education system. Okay, so our goal is to shape policies that foster prosperity. So they help in developing the policies so that the country can prosper. Prosperity, equality, opportunity, and well-being for all. So they help the countries to build the policies that cover all of this. Okay, and Reserve Bank is the bank who conducts the nation's monetary policy and issues its currency. Okay, now Reserve Bank is very, very important bank because all the government transactions happen through the Reserve Bank only. Okay, it is, for example, we've got ANZ Bank, NAB, Commonwealth Bank, heaps more, Westpac. What else have we got? Bendigo and all. So all of these banks, Reserve Bank of Australia is these banks' bank. So whenever these banks need anything, if they want money or something, they want loan or something, they get it from the Reserve Bank of Australia. Okay, I'll try and find a little video for you to watch on Reserve Bank of Australia. It's beautiful and it tells you what Reserve Bank does. Now, unemployment rate. Australia has a relatively low rate of unemployment compared to other countries. This is true, but in this current scenario, our unemployment rate is rising, and especially within Victoria, it is rising more and more. By the end of this year, it's Australia's unemployment rate is predicted to go to 10%, which is huge. Okay, in 2014, it ranked the 15th lowest out of 36 countries using the unemployment statistics released by OECD. So we are definitely not the best, but we are not the worst either. We are in the middle of the unemployment rating. Korea had the lowest unemployment rate, 3.5%, whilst Greece had the highest unemployment rate at 26.3%. Okay, so Korea has the lowest unemployment rate, and Greece has the highest with 26.3%. Okay. The unemployment rate according to Reserve Bank figures released in 2016 is 5.8%. So as per Reserve Bank of Australia, in 2016 it was 5%, which is definitely going to rise this year. Okay. Now this is a little table which is in your books as well. So this compares the unemployment rate between Australia, UK, United States, and Germany. Now the thing I see here is in Australia the unemployment rate is rising. Okay, so in 2007 4.4, 5.6, 5.11, and at 2014 6%. Okay, whereas in Germany 8.4, it's decreasing every single year. It has been decreasing, and it is at 5.2%, which means they're doing really, really good. Okay. Now inflation rates, again, we've covered all of this before. Australian trading partners such as China and United States have experienced relatively low levels of inflation in recent years. 2005, if you look at the graph on the right hand side, this is the inflation rate in countries. So India, 2005 to 11, 2012 to 18. So inflation is decreasing, looks like. However, in Australia it may increase, USA is increasing, UK is increasing, and Japan is increasing. So it is going down in India and China because they are producing, they have lots of manufacturing in their country, so that's why inflation rate is going down. Now, with which two countries are forecast to achieve the highest economic growth in the period from 2015 to 18? So think about this question and see what do you think. Okay. Again, GDP, we've covered all of this before. Australia has experienced uninterrupted economic growth over the past 25 years. This sets a record that has not yet been equaled by any other developed nation in the world. So it is a good achievement by Australia. So you should be proud of Australia as well. GDP fell in many developed countries during the global financial crisis of 2007 and 8. So global financial crisis was when many businesses collapsed and consumer confidence was very, very low. But Australia was one of the few countries that still experienced positive economic growth. So that is a very huge thing for Australia. That means the government of Australia is doing, at the time, 2007 and 8 was really good. It is forecast that Australia's economy will continue to grow, with GDP forecast to increase between 3 and 4.5% by June 2017. Okay. So again, GDP between 2 to 3% is good. 3 to 4, anything higher than 3 could be harmful for the economy. So government will do something to regulate the inflation rates. Okay. Now these are some of the GDP current prices. So look at the GDP. We are right here. Australia, 1,241 billion US dollars. So this is what our GDP is. The highest GDP is United States, followed by China, Japan, Germany, United Kingdom, France, India, Italy, Brazil, Canada, and we are almost in the middle. Okay. Now I want you to think about this question. Is Australia a large economy by world standards? Give an explanation for your answer. Where did Australia rank in terms of its share of GDP in 2015? So this is what I want you to answer in your notebooks as well. There's one more question down there. How did Australian economy perform compared to other countries during the global financial crisis in terms of economic growth? So I want you to take a look at these answers and write them in your notebooks. So again, there's one more question there. How does the performance of the Australian economy compare the performance of other economies discussed? So this is your task for session 1. For session 2, there'll be another video and you'll be working through some more questions. Alright, I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and talk to me via Teams. Alright, have a good day. Bye-bye.